Where is Udaipur, and what is the character of the city? The National University of Singapore is conducting a Master of Landscape Architecture course. The final semester of the second year of the master programme is now focusing on the city of Udaipur in India and is run by Professor Herbert Dreiseitl.
This is a group of students. It's actually the final year of the master's student program for landscape architecture at the National University of Singapore. And we are working on a studio for the city of Udaipur in India. We are working on to make the city more livable and to focus very much on the smart city program of India.
This film showcases the ideas generated by the students of the National University of Singapore to make Udaipur a better place in terms of livability. The work is supported and sponsored by the Liveable Group International. Unique potential for identity and tourism is at high risk due to challenges of water quality and quantity. What if the water quality is getting worse? Would people still like to come? What about the image and the values of Udaipur? What about the symbolic capital? Without a doubt, improvements are needed.
And this is a very important node of the city. So we just came out from that lane and it is tight and congested, and there are people, there are camels, there are two-wheelers and there are three-wheelers. We just saw a car come out of there and there's a lot of commotion happening inside. So you can smell things, you can hear, there's a lot of things happening to the senses.
This density is dynamic but poses permanent stress. High chances of accidents, risks for safety and health hazards, including noise and air pollution. How could this be improved without destroying the heritage of the city? How should mobility be organised in the future? Most characteristic and important is to regard the daily life within the walled city, comprising high numbers of tourists together with 100,000 local people that live within the old city. What kind of streets, plazas and rooftops would support this urban life? What is the right balance for heritage conservation, ecosystem services and the needs of a vibrant modern society? What does livability mean to Udaipur's culture? General catchment for lakes and rivers, improvements to balance the hydrology are desperately needed to reduce pollution and waste inflow. Soil erosion has to be avoided. Upgrade lake ecology in the edges of the lakes and create better conditions for good limnology, biohabitats and biodiversity. Improve biodiversity access to the riparian edges through man-made barriers such as roads. Identify large-scale pollution sources and strategies and suggestions for water quality enhancement. Restructure the waterfronts with hard and soft edges which are integrated as one system and can be utilised for daily domestic activities and for recreation while improving water quality and biodiversity. The soft edges include better systems for cleansing, treatments of lakes and rainwater, and the hard edges improve the chances for people's direct contact with water for safe bathing, washing and performing rituals at the waterfront. Enhance the catchment system of rain and grey water within the walled city by upgrading the old historic open drainage system and mechanical treatment of water before the discharge into the river. Mechanical and biological treatment of water discharge in the river corridor with integrated green cleansing biotopes. Increasing the visibility and connection to the river by adding viewpoints, riverside boardwalks by the river's edge. Moreover, enhancing the farming practices alongside the river with more sustainable systems and including cleansing biotopes to treat the river water in the agricultural area. To make Udaipur more livable and flexible, smart mobility and better traffic systems are essential. To avoid density of traffic in the walled city, the vehicles have to be routed around the walled city. Long-distance connections should be managed far outside the centre. Parking should be concentrated at several points near the gates. This would be enormously helpful to reduce the amount of cars inside the walled city. Udaipur Town Hall, which is a large open space and a suitable entry point to the city, can be turned into a large double-storey underground parking space. From there, electrical shuttle buses will manage the transport with smart technology. They should be designed to suit well into Udaipur's scenery. The shuttle buses will operate along a loop system which will help to improve the accessibility to destinations in the city. Reorganising mobility and traffic within the walled city. The inner walled city is closed for private motorcyclists and cars. Delivery will only be accepted at special hours during the night and the early morning. Gastronomy and emergency vehicles will have special permissions. Cases from other cities in Italy and China show that this could be done in Udaipur. The gates and entrance areas will be redesigned in a pedestrian-friendly style, with the diversion of traffic with some mixed-use areas like streets and plazas. Automatic bollards will be used to control traffic in pedestrian zones at specific times of the day. The gates will welcome new social activities, for example, street food, markets, exhibition spaces, and multifunctional communal spaces. The multifunctional flexible space allows the temporal change of activities according to the time of day and shade movement. The town hall is one of the biggest open spaces near the walled city and is the pride of the people as the Nagar Nigam. It can be made to be more multifunctional, able to support infrastructure for events such as concerts, festivals and bazaars, and yet not to compromise its grandiose structure. Communal spaces can also be integrated for the enjoyment of the people on a daily basis. The character of the plain rooftop gives great potential for rooftop spaces to be utilised in the dense walled city where ground space is scarce. The rooftops of buildings can be activated as multifunctional open space for domestic and social activities. Rainwater harvesting, solar energy utilisation and vegetation planting will be introduced alongside the social activities, creating a lively communal space. The park will be facelifted by activating underutilised areas of the park for public use such as exercising, playing, resting and meditation. There'll be an introduction of new biodiversity habitats. More access points for the park will also be provided. The circulation network within the park will also be enhanced with the conversion of the old train track into a footpath. For the atmosphere of the park, the understanding of traditional Hindu garden practices and people's spiritual connection with the environment could be garnered to improve its identity. The overlooked stepwell areas will be reactivated by boosting the visual connectivity towards the heritage monument. The history and heritage of both the Gulab Bao and the stepwells will be captured in the design to create an educational and tranquil social space for the visitors. Green courtyards and pocket parks within the city for biodiversity and ecosystem services. The pocket parks will be better integrated into the community, boosting community engagement while providing a green respite in the densely built walled city.